way from across the pond, Kokeshi.
That's in Japan.
It's in Japan. They're not wearing kimonos, though. They look like they have uniforms on.
Not a lot of that going on. No, not at all. All right, as we get ready to line up this first one, it looks like number 91 on the line for Humboldt. That's Ole Chole.
And Axel Fury in the white with leopard accents for Humboldt.
Kokeshi fresh off a bout from last night against the Cherry City Derby girls. And that was right here in a closed bout. First bout officially of the Big O. All right, as we get this one started, Ole Chole making her way into that Kokeshi defensive wall. She finds some space in turn 2, and she is your lead jammer, Humboldt. Still trying to make her way through, recycle. Looks like Axel Fury, she's gonna pick up a cutting of the track call. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds. And Ole Chole with 2 to beat at the front. She splits that, gets 5 points, putting Humboldt on the board first. Nice hit delivered there, and that was Nurse fighting bail. 9-1-1 with the shot, but Ole Chole jumps back to her skates and makes it through. That's 5, 10 points on the jam.
That's right, so of course, Humboldt in the black with red accents, Kokeshi with the white with leopard accents. Number 61 on the line for Humboldt. Okay. Some pressure cooker. She's got some time to put some pressure.
Almost an entire power jam out there, and she's near the front. She's up against that 2 wall. She gets by in turn 1. She is your lead jammer for Humboldt.
Axel Fury out of the box, rejoining the pack.
Both jammers working hard, and it looks like we've got an empty box. So all 10 skaters on the track, or in turn 3, 4 points awarded to Pressure Cooker as she makes her way past that tenacious Kokeshi defensive wall. Axel Fury recycled into the back of the pack by the Humboldt defense. And 5 points awarded there. That's a grand slam for Pressure Cooker.
Humboldt doing a good job of recycling Kokeshi jammer, making some room for Pressure Cooker to cook up some more points for Humboldt.
15 points on the jam, yeah.
So 24 right out of the gate for Humboldt. Kokeshi still yet to score, plenty of time still left, of course, in this first half. That is somebody, number 911 on the line for Humboldt, up against 411. Ida, no squat for Kokeshi.
And you mentioned it before, but black and silver is Humboldt, white is Kokeshi. And both jammers off to a little bit of a tough start here as big hits being delivered in turn 1. Getting out first is Humboldt, and that is 911. Somebody making her way through to lead jammer. 411 out there for Kokeshi. That's Ida No Squat. She's out of the pack now as well in her initial pass.
And calling it off, putting another point on the board. Got now 24 on the board for Humboldt. Kokeshi still not scoring. That is number 24K on the line for Kokeshi.
And she's side by side with number 83. That's Gunslingin' Glory for Humboldt. It's almost humid.
I'm like steaming with my glasses, so I can't see anything.
All right, I want to remind everyone about Pork. Pork is published out of Eugene and partnering with ECRG. Pork is not for squares.
not the whistle. Stay tuned.
The real whistle is going to be so much better. All right, that white wall in the back is Kokeshi's, and some big hits laid out there, but getting out first is Gunslinging Glory. She's your lead jammer all the way from California.
Humboldt doing a good job getting lead jammer right out of the gate.
And back into the pack, she forces her way through on the inside. She picks up 5 for Humboldt.
It's Rusty Machete in the back for Humboldt, keeping Kokeshi jammer recycling.
Gunslinging Glory back up against that white wall at the back of Kokeshi. And she has one to beat. I believe that's Sprocket at the front. She's trying right and left, pushing through to the inside, but not a lot of space out there. Sprocket playing some excellent one-on-one defense in turn 4. 5 points awarded.
Kokeshi jammer still fighting that wall of Humboldt skaters up in front. Humboldt doing excellent on their defense, keeping them from scoring.
And a big hit delivered there as both jammers currently inside the pack.
All right, it's another 4 points on the board for Humboldt. Now 35. No points for Kokeshi. Looks like we have a timeout. No? She thought she said. Checking this one.
Which is a good time to talk about the Cowfish. Cowfish Dance Club and Lounge, 62 West Broadway, with great cocktails and daily drink specials. The Cowfish.
I think I'd like to visit the Wild Duck Cafe for fresh-made sandwiches, salads, snacks, coffee, as well as your favorite beverage. Visit the lobby grill for burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken wraps, and more.
Let's meet there. That sounds good.
So April Showers on the line for Kokeshi. That's number 95. Joining her is number, it was like crossed off. Number 26. I thought she was 27, but she's over there.
Looks like a Treyu, yeah, from the Never-Ending Story. We're excited she could be here. We thought she was saving the world or something.
But she's back. She's going to save the world right here in Eugene, Oregon. So this is my first time in Eugene. It's a nice little town.
Welcome to the Beaver State.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I noticed there was a Beaverton, which kind of made me giggle too. A Beaver Town, Beaverton.
Beaver Staten, maybe? You probably need to pick a side, though, because there's beavers and there's also ducks.
Who will win in a beaver and duck competition? We'll find out later.
April Showers out there for Kokeshi. She's side by side with a Treyu. And April Showers taking a shot at a Treyu. A Treyu jukes to the outside. She's recycled both jammers, trying to get back on their skates in turn 1. And not a lot of space inside the pack right now, as some huge hits being delivered by both teams. And they got to let a Treyu go. She is the lead jammer. It looks like we've got a cutting of the track against April Showers, number 95, which puts a Treyu on the power jam. She picks up 5 points there.
It's Humboldt's second power jam of this first half.
Humboldt doing a great job of waiting to sweep.
Just has to get past Puncher Down Brown. Knocked to the outside. Nurse fighting ball. Punch Down Brown going to the penalty box while Humboldt calling off that jam, but not before putting 4 more points on the board. Now Humboldt with 48. Kokeshi still yet to score. So is that ole, 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 chole? Did I get it right? Ole, 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 chole.
Sounds like she's got a cheering section over there.
She does. And that's, of course, I don't know squat for Kokeshi.
Both jammers making their way into turn one, and it looks like we've got a back block on Ole Chole. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds, which is an opportunity for Kokeshi to put some points on the board. They have rolled out I don't know squat number 411. She's your lead jammer for Kokeshi. And she's through for 5.
That's right. Good opportunity now for Kokeshi. All the opportunity on, I don't know, squat shoulders right now.
Making her way through there in turn one, and she is recycled. And that was number 8 for Humboldt, who's interestingly not on our roster. Ole Chole back on the track. She's made her way through. I don't know squat with 1 to beat. She calls off that jam, and 4 points are awarded to Kokeshi.
I would have called that off too, but Chole coming around the outside like that. She's just been jamming for her roller derby experience so far. Only a jammer. She had to wait till she turned 21 to join Humboldt. And something about some ninja moves.
Ninja moves, tell me more. 61 is pressure cooker for Humboldt. She is wearing the star, pushing that pack hard in turn 2, and a nice move as she goes to the inside for lead jammer Humboldt.
Nurse Fighting Bale trying hard to knock her outside, but just an awesome juke from Humboldt skater.
Axel Fury out there for Kokeshi. Both jammers inside the pack, and that Kokeshi wall slowing Humboldt down right now. 3 wall out the front, some excellent defense. And getting out is pressure cooker. She picks up 5 points. That's a grand slam. And recycled Axel Fury back on the track, 0732, turn 1.
And Humboldt skater Villain Thomas heading to the penalty box. Pack advantage now for Kokeshi.
And that out of play call means pressure cooker gets to go free, and she picks up another 5 points.
Axel Fury was trying to come through the inside there, but Kokeshi does have 9 on their board now, 58 for Humboldt. Somebody, 911 on the line for Humboldt. Up against Black Gold, number 24K for Kokeshi. Pack advantage is in favor of Kokeshi.
Once again, for those of you at home, silver and black is Humboldt. White tops are Kokeshi. And plenty of time here in the first half. Both teams going into turn 1, bodies pile up. It's like somebody down and now back on her skates. Lead jammer assigned, and that belongs to Kokeshi. Scott, it looks like, wearing the star and the lead jammer status as they go into the far side. She calls off that jam before points are scored.
Before somebody came around the outside. That's an excellent derby name. Somebody is skating, somebody is jamming, somebody is blocking.
Get a lot of mileage out of that one.
But there's a different somebody out there right now. We've got Gunslinging Glory on the line for Humboldt, up against April Showers for Kokeshi.
And Kokeshi all walled up in the back, Humboldt at the front. Going into turn 1, some bodies flying, but so far the jammers are penned in. And the Kokeshi wall looking tough in turn 3 as they're one-on-one Axel Fury against Gunslinging Glory. She makes her way through as lead jammer for Humboldt. And April Showers trying to make her way out for Kokeshi. Here comes Gunslinging Glory. She picks up 5 points on the pass. She has one of those RoboCop shoulders going on there. Four wall for Kokeshi, all pinned in is Gunslinging Glory for just a moment, but she picks up a forearm. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds, which puts Kokeshi on the power jam. April Showers, one of the team captains for Kokeshi with 2 to beat at the front. She's very close to getting by on the outside shoulder.
Jennifer McMahon and Poison Candy doing an excellent job holding back April Showers for Kokeshi, burning some time down for their jammer to return.
And one-on-one now near the outside, and it's hard to tell from this angle she fell in or out. They say in, she's out, but not the lead jammer. And Humboldt really doing a great job of killing some time there on that short power jam. Coming back in all sneaky-like is Gunslinging Glory, picking up 5 points from nowhere.
I think April Showers had to work so hard to get through that pack. She got tired out a bit. And that is the end of that jam now. 68 now on the board for Humboldt. Kokeshi at All-Stars with 9. Still lots of time in this first half. Back on the line, Idano squat for Kokeshi. And that is Atreyu for Humboldt.
All of the blockers on the track. We've got 5-on-5 action. This is when some of the hugest plays take place. And getting out the front for lead jammer again, I don't know, squat 411, doing a great job for Kokeshi of wearing the star. Atreyu in hot pursuit. And that back wall, all Kokeshi.
Humboldt racing the front of the pack a little bit. Not enough time for Kokeshi to put too many more points on the board. They do have 11 now, 68 still on the board for Humboldt. These shorter penalties making for a much quicker game and much more action and faster, you know?
It's like way more fun.
Like way more fun. Both teams doing a good job staying out of the penalty box. Kokeshi, unfortunately, penalties on the jammers.
Axel Fury out there for Kokeshi, but getting out first is number 91, and that is Ole Chole for Humboldt. Axel Fury recycled by Rusty Machete in turn 1. Great piece of skating there. Nice and low. And looks like, was that a low block call?
Yeah, low block on Kokeshi. You try to fall small, but sometimes you just can't quite get it there. Kokeshi jammer now to the box, so power jam for Humboldt.
And Kokeshi playing some tough defense right now as they try to burn out this 30-second penalty with some excellent blocking. But getting through the pack for 5 is Ole Chole.
I think this is when we need to say, Ole, Ole, Ole Chole. Encouragement. Oh, jeez.
Wow. That was a chain reaction series of hits there in turn 3. I thought we were on the I-5 for a second.
I could hear the thuds from here. That sounded very painful. Humboldt screaming from the bench, call it, call it. Time to reset. Pressure cooker back on the line now for Humboldt. Jamming unopposed right now. Kokeshi jammer in the penalty box, serving the rest of her penalty. Power jam opportunity.
Kokeshi all walled up at the front. 3 backwards, 1 forward. Almost like a middle linebacker, to use a football term there. We can do that every once in a while, I guess. Use a little football. And lead jammer going to Humboldt. And that is pressure cooker wearing the star, but she's got company out there now. Both jammers on the track, working hard in turn 3. And Axel Fury trying to make her way past that last 2-wall for Humboldt. Humboldt doing a great job of staying low.
Well, Humboldt doing a good job, but Rusty Machete up in front with Rotten Tula Cord, recycling Kokeshi Jammer through apex jump. Unfortunately, not successful. But it does look really nice when they try. 86 now on the board for Humboldt Redwood Rollers. I'm sorry, 91 now as the score changes. Kokeshi Doll Stars with 13. Both teams doing excellent job with lots of heavy defense. Humboldt just doing a little bit better on the offense right now, but again, anything can change. Somebody on the line for Humboldt.
All right, both jammers off to a quick start in turn 1, and somebody grabbing lead jammer for Humboldt. And a shot delivered there by silver and black defender. Somebody trying to get past the last line of defense for Kokeshi. Finds some space on the inside. She's by, and that's 5. Grand slam for Humboldt.
They've had a few of those so far in this first half.
Ooh. Hits being doled out indiscriminately. Somebody over in turn 1, she has 2 to beat at the front, working hard against that wall. And she pushes through and picks up 5.
Picks up 5, calls it quickly from the bench, telling her to call it off. 101 now. We broke the century mark for the Redwood Rollers. 13 for Kokeshi Doll Stars. Black Gold back on the line for Kokeshi, up against Gun Slinging Glory for Humboldt. Again, Humboldt in the black with silver and red accents. Kokeshi in white. Pack advantage for Kokeshi.
And that inside wall is Humboldt, but getting out first for lead jammer. Black gold, which interestingly doesn't match what's on her jersey. She pushes through in turn 4 and picks up 4 points. Kokeshi showing signs here on the power jam. 5th point added on the pass. And a huge hit delivered there. It looks like McMahon for Humboldt. Potentially direction of gameplay. 5 more points picked up by Kokeshi as they have got 10 points on the power jam. Passive offense on display in a very tiny wall for Humboldt. Up to 3 now.
Ferocious Dimples taking Kokeshi Jammer into the inside.
And some good communication out there by Kokeshi as they try to position themselves inside the wall. And 5 more points. So I believe that's 15 points on the jam for Kokeshi.
Atreyu, number 26, back on the line for Humboldt. And that is Axel Fury for Kokeshi. Nobody in the penalty box. And look, Kokeshi lining up in what we used to be formerly known as the pivot line. I recognize that.
It's the artist formerly known as the pivot line. White shirts are Kokeshi, silver and black is Humboldt. Humboldt enjoying a lead at the moment. And both jammers working hard. It's a white wall in front. That's Kokeshi's wall. Atreyu gets past the last line of defense. April showers for lead jammer Humboldt. Axel Fury in turn 1 trying to get past that 2 wall at the front. More blockers coming. And now Atreyu 1 on 4. Those are tough odds. Turn 2, she's trying to mush her way around the outside. She's deposited on the turf. Again, some huge hits being delivered. That one was April Showers, number 95, one of the team captains for Kokeshi, bringing the pain train. And 5 points awarded to Atreyu.
Humboldt taking advantage of their power jams and their lead jams, really pulling out the clock and getting a lot of long points here for the Redwood Rollers.
Atreyu in turn 2, she's out there against that small 2 white wall, but she gets 5 points on the pass. Humboldt extending that lead.
Excellent defense from Humboldt. I don't think, Kokeshi never getting through there. And again, like I said, Redwood Rollers really taking advantage of their good defense and getting those long points, building up a big lead in between. Redwood Rollers now 111, Kokeshi Doll Stars 28. 7.5 minutes left in this first half.
And let's tell everyone about Aaron's. Thanks to Aaron's lease-to-own furniture and appliances, we are streaming track 1 inside the Wild Duck Cafe. So if you want to catch a bite, you can also catch a game.
Wow, and all kinds of fun things going on. How about Oakshire Brewing? We'd like to thank Oakshire Brewing, strength, independence, and community. So Kokeshi taking, I think, a well-needed time out, maybe to regroup a little bit. Both teams doing excellent job on their defense. Doing a little bit better defense, of course, is Humboldt, because they're able to contain the Kokeshi jammer a little bit better. But you know, it's easy for us to say up here. It looks easy, but it's not.
Yeah, I can almost stand on skates, which is a really exciting moment for me.
You can almost stand?
Almost stand.
Are you going to try to do men's derby?
No.
No.
Apparently the men really beat each other up.
I think the women beat each other up as well. I don't think it's just a male thing. Ole, 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 chule. Back on the line, number 91. Timeout over. And that is number 316, Puncher Down Brown. Full complement of players for both teams.
And as we get back to the track for this one, we're down to about 7:34, so still got some time here in the first half, the first period. And getting out first, but it looks like with a back block, is Ole Chole. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds. Kokeshi with a power jam here, an opportunity to put some points on the board, and working hard for those points.
Puncher Down Brown punching through that front wall of Humboldt.
And she's back again. It looks like Villain Thomas anchoring that last line of defense for Humboldt and trying to find some space out there, and a very passive offense on display for Kokeshi.
Puncher Down Brown fending for herself. And a hit to the outside by number 7, Rusty Machete.
And Ole Chole back on the track. She's working through on the inside. She's not the lead. And it looks like we have a cutting of the track. Cutting of the track assigned to Kokeshi. So Ole Chole now on a power jam of her own. And she's got a 3-wall at the front she has to work through in turn 1. But no one seems to know. 5 points awarded there for Ole Chole. And recycled in turn 1. She's going to do it again. All in the back is the silver and black attack. White at the front, Kokeshi. And Ole Chole trying to get past. Now with some help as all of her blockers sweep and push her straight out of the pack. Some excellent blocking going on in turn 2. 5 points awarded to Humboldt.
Puncher Down Brown, though, fighting her way to the end. Really doing a good job getting through that last line of defense up there at Humboldt. Now we've got Pressure Cooker back on the line. And that is number F91. I cannot read the name.
Is that conduct disorder? Both jammers getting off the line, and in turn one, the back is all Humboldt. The front is Kokeshi. Kokeshi choosing that last line and working hard right now to stop Pressure Cooker. She parts that 2-wall and grabs lead jammer for Humboldt. And as they get back into turn one, left and right, and Pressure Cooker through the middle, she picks up a grand slam for Humboldt. And it looks like recycling once again. Humboldt on the edge, and a cutting of the track assigned. It was close. She chose not to go back, and in the process, she picks up that cutting of the track. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds.
So Pressure Cooker now putting the pressure on this power jam.
Totally fine. 5 points there for Pressure Cooker, and she's up to 15 on the jam. She continues to put points on the board. Kokeshi all walled up at the front. And that's a 4-wall, which is not easy to do solo, but they're depending on 20 feet to get their jammer out.
And that was Ferocious Dimples doing a good job. They were playing a little passive offense, but then a little passive and active. Ferocious Dimples breaking up the wall of the Kokeshi blockers, letting their jammer come through. 131 now for the Humboldt Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi All-Stars, 134 for the Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi All-Stars with 33. We've got just about 3 minutes left in this first period. Somebody on the line for Humboldt.
She's all by herself. She has one to beat, and she makes her way through. She's the lead jammer for Humboldt. And now both jammers on the track. Short power jam there. Entering turn 3, no points awarded yet. And it looks like we have a cutting of the track. And I believe it's conduct disorder in the box for 30 seconds. 5 more points for Humboldt as somebody picks a couple up there. She's getting a sweep. And turn 1, opening up some space. She has one to beat. She gets by, and that's 5 more points.
And that was Catastrophe joining the penalty box.
And somebody calls off the jam. Last points awarded 5, so Humboldt taking advantage of that power jam.
That's right. Now 149 on the board for the Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi All-Stars with 33. No points scored at the last pass for Kokeshi. Back on the line, I Don't Know Squat for Kokeshi up against Gun Slinging Glory.
I can check the name of the house.
4-on-3 pack advantage for Kokeshi.
And recycling, that's Rusty Machete playing defense there on the outside line, forcing Out in a Squat back into the back of the pack. Lead jammer is a Gunslinging Glory, number 83 for Humboldt. Wearing the silver and black, she bursts through the middle, picking up 4 points there and calls off the jam. Smart play, don't want to give up those points at the back.
That's right, hit it and quit it. They already have a pretty good lead. They went for the long points for most of the first half. Now a few short points here and there are not a bad thing to have. Axel Fury on the line for Kokeshi up against number 26. That is Atreyu.
And moving into turn 1, it looks like Kokeshi walling up on Atreyu at the front. There's a 2-wall that she has to try to split. She gets through on the inside, picking up lead jammer for Humboldt. And trying to make her way out as well is Axel Fury. She's out in turn 4. Atreyu back inside the pack. She splits that 2-wall. And I believe, yes, she picks up 4 more points. So a 9-point jam for Atreyu, and that's all point differential.
And it looks like that might be time. All right, well, we will be back in a few minutes here. 157 on the board, first period. 33 for the Kokeshi Doll Stars. We have about 10 minutes to take a little breather. All right, well, we're about to get started here. The second half of the Humboldt Roller Derby, Redwood Rollers against Kokeshi Roller Dolls, Kokeshi Doll Stars. Going into the first half, Redwood Rollers with 157, Kokeshi Doll Stars with 33. Humboldt getting a few power jams and a lot of long points in the first half. Both teams doing excellent job on defense. And it is Ole Chole, number 91, jamming for Humboldt. And Axel Fury for the Kokeshi Doll Stars. And lead jammer goes to Humboldt.
Getting back into turn 2, Ole Chole going down hard. She had a little help from the Kokeshi defenders. Back on her skates, she gets through for 5. Axel Fury still trying to make her way through. She has 1 to beat. Both jammers now out of the pack. Kokeshi all walled up at the back. And getting her hips around is Ole Chole. She picks up another point there. Nice piece of skating.
That's right. Hit it and quit it, calling it off. Pressure cooker lining back up on the jammer line for Humboldt. And that is Ida no squat for Kokeshi. Full complement of blockers for each team.
Kokeshi lined up at the front. And 28:50, so plenty of time left in this second period of play. Pressure cooker, finding a lane on the outside. She puts on the speed and grabs lead jammer for Humboldt. I don't know, squat still trying to make her way through. And she's on the inside against that 2-wall, recycled to the back of the pack. And doing a great job of getting physical there. Pressure cooker picking up a grand slam, 5 points for pressure cooker and Humboldt.
And it looks like Kokeshi jammer heading to the penalty box for a track cut. So now power jam for Humboldt.
And pressure cooker with 5 more. That white wall at the front, all Kokeshi, silver and black in the back. That is Humboldt. And pressure cooker getting some help from her blockers here as they sweep in. They try to open up a lane, and that works as she picks up another 5 points and calls off the jam.
That was a good call, meaning now Humboldt can start out unopposed in a power jam for the next jam. So now we are at 178 with the Redwood Rollers, Kokeshi Doll Stars with 33. Somebody on the line for Humboldt. Full complement of blockers for each team. And somebody gets to start in a power jam.
And if you're at home, 33 is Kokeshi, white top, silver and black. 178 is the Redwood Rollers. Getting out first is somebody for lead jammer. Redwood Rollers out there against that 4-wall at the front, working right and left. She finds a space in the wall. And 5 more points awarded to silver and black. Kokeshi walled up now in the back, forcing somebody right and left as she tries to find some space at the front. big hits being delivered. She calls off the jam after picking up another 4-point pass.
That's right. I don't know. Squat was coming, screaming around the corner. So big call from the bench from the Humboldt. Tall off that jam. Now we see Gunslinging Glory now on the line for Humboldt. That's number 83 up against Black Gold, number 24K. Pack advantage 4-3 for Humboldt.
And both jammers trying to find a little bit of space. Humboldt walled up with that 3-wall at the back. Black Gold pinned in right now. Lead jammer going to Gunslinging Glory. And that Humboldt wall at the front anchored by Rusty Machete. Getting through is Gunslinging Glory. And that's 5 points awarded. Gunslinging Glory doing a great job of hitting that side engagement zone instead of the back, making sure to avoid those back block calls. And 5 more points awarded there as she makes her way out.
And that is the end of that jam. Now Humboldt Redwood Rollers at 197, Kokeshi Dollstars with 33. Just under 25 minutes left in this second period. Humboldt taking full advantage of their lead jammer status and getting most of them. I think Kokeshi only having 3 so far in this game. It's Atreyu now back on the line for Humboldt and Axel Fury for Kokeshi.
Atreyu out there against a 2-wall at the front. She's almost pushed inside the track, but she makes her way out for lead jammer. Atreyu not very tall, but pretty powerful as she made her way out of the pack.
Atreyu calling it off quickly, picking up 2 more quick points. On the board now, 199-33 for the Kokeshi Doll Stars. We see Dobson, number 7 for Kokeshi. First time jamming for Kokeshi tonight. Mo Cheeks. And then we've seen Ole Chole once or twice. That's number 91 for Humboldt. 4-4 in the pack.
Turn 1, Ole Chole going down. She jumps back up on her skates and picks up lead jammer for Humboldt. Humboldt all walled up at the front. And right now trying to break up those walls. Sprocket, one of the blockers for Kokeshi, trying to put the hits on. And a little hop over a corner of the apex there for Ole Chole for a 5-point pass. Team captain. She wears the star well. And sliding through on the outside is Ole Chole. Back on her skates. 5 more points awarded. And 1 blocker to beat. And now we have 2 jammers out of the pack.
So Mo Cheeks now through, held back for 3 passes by Humboldt defense. Now calling off the jam. 3 more points for Humboldt. Redwood Rollers now at 209. Kokeshi with 33. I'm sorry, Redwood Rollers with 212. Kokeshi still standing at 33. Not able to get their jammer through. Pressure cooker back on the line for Humboldt. Number 95, April Showers for Kokeshi. Nobody in the penalty box.
Both jammers working hard as those walls are in effect. And getting out first is Pressure Cooker, number 61 for the silver and black. That's Humboldt, and she is through for 5. That inside lane of the track all open on the last pass, giving her a chance to pick up those points. And she's getting some help here with some offensive blocking. Working her way through. Pressure cooker picking up another 5 points. That's 10 on the jam. April Showers still trying to make her way out, but Rusty Machete, like a blanket, holding her in.
Rusty Machete and Poison Candy just recycling Kokeshi Jammer.
And that is a forearm penalty given to Pressure Cooker. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds.
So now April Showers jamming unopposed, but having to line up at the back with the Rusty Machete just recycling her all the way back, stealing some real estate. Also helping in the back there, that's number 14, Villain Thomas. Both players just holding that back wall.
Rusty Machete, a very capable defender. Saw her last at spud down, knockdown, and she played some very good defense there as well. Recycling April Showers into the back of that pack.
So Rusty Machete's skated 4 seasons with the Humboldt WFTDA team. And 5 in the sky now from Humboldt, and that is time. So I asked some of the skaters a few questions, and Rusty Machete, you know, in the alternate question I asked, you know, just tell me something else, and she says, I love roller derby. It's my life. That's plain and simple. I think we all do. I think it's all of our lives. That's why we're all here.
Derby's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's all right. You know, whatevs. Somebody on the line for Humboldt. That is I don't know squat for Kokeshi.
And turn 2, getting out first is somebody. She's your lead jammer. And a swing and a miss there from the defense for Humboldt, allowing I don't know squat to get out of the pack. And now a little bit of a race. And getting there first was somebody for 3 points, Humboldt. 1 point awarded, though, to Kokeshi.
That's right. Good hustle from I don't know squat. Coming around that corner, forcing Humboldt to call it off and picking up 1 point for herself. Axel Fury lining up on the line for Kokeshi. Guns slinging glory for Humboldt. Full complement of players for both teams. Humboldt taking the back wall.
And it looks like a blocking with the head penalty there is going to send Humboldt's jammer to the box, which means Kokeshi's on the power jam with Gunslinging Glory. Going to take about 30 seconds to think about what she's done. And that is a cutting of the track penalty there. Good job by Humboldt to force that play.
So we'll have a little jammer rotation here now. 1 jammer in, 1 jammer out. Gunslinging Glory heading back into the pack.
4 wall for Kokeshi, and Humboldt doing a sneaky job of sweeping out there to open up a hole right in the middle of the wall. Gunslinging Glory pops through.
And packs a punch, trying to put the hurt on her, but not quite enough.
And both jammers trying to work it out here. Gunslinging Glory out the front. She gets 4. And Axel Fury with 1 to beat. And that's her initial pass completed. Gunslinging Glory with another 4-point pass.
Humboldt now reforming, walling up in front. Kokeshi walling up in back. Axel Fury trying to get through that Humboldt wall.
And playing a little intimidator out there, Jennifer McMahon with some huge shoulder blocks, depositing blockers and jammers right on their backsides. Axel Fury for 4 points there, and Gunslinging Glory, one more pass. She picks up the last 3. No lead, so those are endurance jams.
That's right. You can still score with that while that whistle is still going, so it's important to keep those skates moving because you can pick up a quick couple of points. So now look at this. Humboldt lining up in front at the artist formerly known as the pivot line. Atreyu on the line for Humboldt, and that is Ida No Squat for Kokeshi.
Ida No Squat with a well-timed block, putting Atreyu on her backside and then grabbing lead jammer for Kokeshi. Kokeshi once again white top, silver and black Humboldt. We're down to about 15:35 in this second period. And Ida No Squat with 2 to beat near the front, turn 1. She's out, and she picks up a grand slam for Kokeshi.
A lot of cheers from the bench. First grand slam action for Kokeshi.
Ida No Squat trying to get through that 4 wall of Humboldt defenders near the front. Jennifer McMahon putting an end to that scoring spree, Electra.
And that is right. Shovecraft. So now Redwood Rollers 246, Kokeshi Doll Stars 45, just under 15 minutes left. Kokeshi looking very excited about that last jam, as they should be, coming a long way to play, and you always learn something from these bouts. So it's always important to come to these tournaments and play as best you can play. They'll always get something out of it.
And let's take a minute to talk about Sizzle Pie. Sizzle Pie at the corner of Broadway and Willamette. Death to False Pizza. We also want to talk about Dairy Mart. We would like to thank your local neighborhood Dairy Mart stores. Dairy Mart are family's best for almost 50 years.
So there's something about a Big O raffle. So we have 1 ticket for $1, 6 tickets for $5, $10 length of nose to finger, $20 for the height of a person to find the tallest person. There'll be 2 baskets raffled off both Saturday night and Sunday night, one geared towards skaters and the other towards fans. The local goods are in the fan basket. Lots of skate goodies in each of the skater baskets, plus 1 roller column MVP ticket in each. Those are hard to come by, so well worth it. Go buy those raffle tickets.
That bout Sunday night actually looks amazing. So it's Team USA against the MVPs from the Big O. And fortunately for you and me, we might be able to attend that. That'll be fun.
We might. Conduct disorder on the jammer line for Kokeshi, fighting her way back to the wall of black and back. And that is Humboldt with lead jammer.
Ole Chole making her way around the track, and huge hit delivered there, courtesy of the Humboldt defense. Ole Chole making moves inside of her team's wall and really doing a great job of opening space so that their jammer can get right through. Ole Chole picking up 5 points on the last pass and looking to add to it here, doing a great job of lowering her level to pick up another 5 in turn 1.
Humboldt blockers doing an excellent job holding back Kokeshi jammer while also making room for their own jammer. Excellent defense and offensive play. 5 more points on the board for Ole Chole.
And a little apex hop there on the inside, and then a 360. 5 points awarded, but style points for days there for Ole Chole as she made her way through on that scoring pass.
You can see the big smile on her face when she knew that she had landed that. She looked around, she's just like, did I really do it? Yes, I did. Keep going. 5 more points. 266 now for the Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi Doll Stars with 45. 13 minutes left in this second half of this game. We have all of the blockers and jammers on the track now. That is Pressure Cooker jamming for Humboldt, and that's Ida No Squat for Kokeshi. Kokeshi taking the back wall.
And pressure cooker working her way left and right, trying to find a slight crack in that wall. Not a lot of space, and it looks like she picks up her forearm as she made her way into the pack. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds, and that means that I Don't Know Squat and Kokeshi are on the power jam.
I Don't Know Squat doing a good job. Last time she had a power jam opportunity, so let's see what Kokeshi can put on the board now.
Mo Cheeks planning to play some offense there for her jammer. And just some hellacious hits near the front. Rusty Machete with a shoulder that probably would have taken out a tooth. I Don't Know Squat working her way through. A little roll action there for 5-point pass for Kokeshi.
It looks like Rotten to Liqueur going to the penalty box. Probably out of play penalty, I believe.
Rusty Machete once again with a defensive stop, some really strong recycling and some excellent hitting from these Humboldt blockers.
That's right, again, Humboldt in the black with silver. If you're watching from home, we have Kokeshi in the white jerseys now. Humboldt roller derby, Redwood Rollers with 266. Kokeshi Roller Dolls, Kokeshi Doll Stars with 50 points. And we got about 11 and some change left in the second half, lining up at the pivot line.
All right, and grabbing lead jammer for Humboldt, 911, that's somebody. It looks like one to beat for Axel Fury for Kokeshi, but she's recycled by Jennifer McMahon. Jennifer McMahon has been a force on the jammers in this one. And 5 points for somebody on the last pass. Somebody calling off the jam, Electra.
That's right, Shovecraft. Not before putting one more point on the board again. You only need to have one to win, but Redwood Rollers have 272 currently. Kokeshi Doll Stars with 50. Again, Kokeshi coming a long way to come and play in this tournament, so you got to give them credit for that. Give it up. Yes. And you always learn something from these tournaments, so always encourage people to come and play. What's happening out there is not necessarily what's on the scoreboard.
Kokeshi playing a lot of derby this weekend, too. They played last night as well. And I imagine between a little jet lag and then a lot of bouts, they are putting on a good show.
Oh, they're going to come out much better players from this weekend, so not a lot of competition in Japan, so you've got to come out here right now.
Hopefully that'll change. Earlier this year, I got a chance to go with my home league, Cherry City, to visit Puerto Rico, and that was pretty fun.
Well, Puerto Rico.
Gunsling Glory picking up 5 on that last pass. Her blockers all in the back. Kokeshi at the front. They hit in that 3 wall, and she calls off the jam after picking up 2 more.
Again, as I mentioned, what we see on the scoreboard does not always reflect the action of the track. It does sound repetitive, but it is true. But both teams doing excellent job on the defense. Humboldt just a little bit better on their offense, but not making it easy for Humboldt to score. Putting a little hurt on their teammates and fellow skaters.
Conduct disorder getting out first for Kokeshi. Or not. She got stopped right before she hit the front, which means that Atreyu is your lead jammer. Number 26, easily 4'5" and 45 pounds. She gets out for another 5 points on that pass in turn 3. And it looks like a cutting of the track there for conduct disorder. She goes to the box for 30 seconds for Kokeshi. Atreyu making her way straight down the middle of the wall for 5 points. Humboldt, silver and black. And Atreyu moving right, moving left, picking up 5. She had a couple moves out there.
The moves like Jagger?
I'd say yes.
I wonder if he can skate. I'd like to see that happen. 294 for Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi Doll-Stars with 57 minutes left in this second half of this bout. Ole Chole jamming now, unopposed for Humboldt. Humboldt taking the back wall. We got Rotten to the Core out there who has 4 kids. If you can wrangle 4 kids, I think you can do anything.
And that's a lead jammer given to Ole Chole. She's out there against a Kokeshi wall at the front. 4 blockers to try to get through. And she finds some space on that inside for 5 points. Redwood Rollers.
And Ole Chole taking a second to smile for the camera as she comes around turn 4.
You need those photo ops. Ole Chole on the inside. Once again, her blockers doing an excellent job of leaving space for her on the inside of the track. Heavy-duty sweeping going on out there for Humboldt.
And Rusty Machete stealing some real estate, forcing conduct disorder all the way back to the back of the pack. Rusty Machete says that she has 10 years of street skating. I think what I've seen on the track there, she's maybe a little rough and tumble out there on those streets.
Look out.
Look out. So to put some more pressure on this bout is pressure cooker number 61 from Humboldt, and I don't know squat for Kokeshi. Four on 4 in the pack. Black wall in back, white wall in front.
I don't know, squat trying to make her way out in turn 2, but getting out first on the inside of that track, number 61, pressure cooker, and she calls it off. Were I guessing, I would say she might be burning a little clock off there.
Burning a little clock when I don't know squat was hot on her heels, so, you know, hit it, quit it, reset. I don't know squat, kind of I would say the star jammer there for Kokeshi with her putting probably most of the scores on the board for the Kokeshi Doll-Stars.
I feel like I might be near someone else that used to jam.
Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
It's coming out next year, Star Wars, the latest installment. I can't wait. And that is 911 somebody for Humboldt. Silver and black tops, white tops, Kokeshi. And still trying to make her way through is Axel Fury. She has 2 to beat at the front. Ferocious Dimples upending her. And Humboldt doing a really good job of staying low when they're making that contact.
That's right. You get off balance and land up on your behind. That's never any fun. Stay low. Then it's shorter distance to fall.
5 points on the last pass for somebody. She's near the front. She's pushing her way into turn 1, and that's 4 points. It was an improper pass. 1 point not awarded as a result.
And Catastrophe and McMahon doing a good job pulling Kokeshi jammer all the way to the back, making it really hard for her to get through and put those points on the board. Meanwhile, Redwood Rollers putting some more points on the board themselves now. 3:18 Kokeshi Doll-Stars with 50. Just about 3.5 minutes left. Again, if you are watching at home, Humboldt in the black, and that is Kokeshi in the white jerseys. We've got I Don't Know Squat back on the line for Kokeshi. Gunslinging Glory for Humboldt. 4-4 in the pack. Humboldt taking the back wall.
A little bit of a slow go. I Don't Know Squat close to the outside, but getting through first is Gunslinging Glory. She is lead jammer for Humboldt. Number 83, a force today for the Redwood Rollers. And that last line of defense packs a punch for Kokeshi. Getting through for 5 points is Gunslingin' Glory. I don't know, Squat trying to make her way past that 3 wall. She's pressed to the outside in turn 1. And back inside the pack and through on the inside with a grand slam. Gunslingin' Glory.
Again, Humboldt doing a good job containing the Kokeshi jammer while also making room for their own jammers to get through very easily on the inside line there. Excellent offense and defense going on with Humboldt. So does the MVP from this bout get to be on the roster against the Team USA?
They're going to vote all of the MVPs for the weekend. So I don't know if it's necessarily per team or if it's just MVPs overall based on blocking and jamming for the weekend that'll be voted in.
That's exciting, though. Having an opportunity to play against Team USA.
It's super excited. I'm also excited to know which Team USA skaters are here.
Some of them are replaying the rest of this after this weekend, too. That's Atreyu taking the lead jam for Humboldt.
Some big hits delivered there in turn 3. Kokeshi trying to free up Sprocket, number 77, and she's recycled in turn 1. Looks like Rusty Machete. That's not a surprise. Rusty Machete playing tough, especially on the stars today. Atreyu picked up 5 on that last pass.
So now we are a little less than a minute left. Maybe time for one more jam. Again, the game is not over until the last jam clock is over. So even if the period clock counts down, we might have time for one more. 3:33 for the Redwood Rollers. Kokeshi Doll Stars with 50. Full complement of players on the track, and it is Ole Ole. It's Ole Chole on the line against, I don't know, Squat. And lead jam goes to Ole Chole.
And all walled up in the back is Kokeshi. They've got a 4-wall out there. And a relatively clean bout. Both teams keeping a lot of skaters out on the track, which means we get to watch a lot more funness. 5 points awarded there as Ole Chole accelerated through traffic. I don't know, Squat trying to make her way through on her initial pass.
Kokeshi All-Stars doing a good job trying to keep Ferocious Dimples in the back. But it looks like that is going to be this bout. 3:39 final score for the Humboldt Roller Derby Redwood Rollers, and 50 for the Kokeshi Roller Dolls, Kokeshi Doll Stars. Again, huge opportunity for Kokeshi to come in and play these bouts. Traveled a long way to do it. Got to hand it to them. Holding it to the very end, fighting hard.
I know Kokeshi also one of the selling points for the tournament because they came all this way to be here. So we're all super excited to see them.
Super excited. And also we have the old Riki skaters from Scotland, too, who will be skating this weekend. I had the opportunity to call one of their bouts at ECDX last year, and they are just a really fun team, too. Just these international teams just so excited to be here at these tournaments. So it can only get better.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been exciting calling this one. I will be on mic again for the Lane County Concussion and Salem Men's Roller Derby at 6 p.m. I believe it's track 2? Track 2. It's not track 2. Oh, I see.
So stick around here. Track 2 at 4 p.m. actually is Old Riki. We just talked about, and we have seen Arizona out there about to warm up. So that is the next game here at track 2 at 4 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. on this track, you will be here with Little O against calling the men's one of the men's games. So that's Lane Company Concussion versus Salem Men's Roller Derby.
Super excited to get to call with you, Electra Blue, and I know I'm going to see more of you this weekend, but I really appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. And I'll catch you all later.